Hello, this is Craig from OrgSpring, and in this video we are going to show you the Google for Nonprofit Program Overview, also known as the Google Grant Program Overview. The Google Grant Program is an in-kind service donation for certain nonprofits. Not every nonprofit is available to get this grant. There are certain restrictions, and it can take anywhere between 30 and 90 days for approval through the Google program. So there are some different features that Google gives you with the grant program, and I'm going to go over some of the major ones, the big updates in the program that you will see, and some of the core functionality that you get as a part of the Google Grant Program. So first and foremost, the main difference that you'll see, and I'm actually in the Scleroderma admin panel now, is the Gmail. Now, if you use Gmail as your email browser, everything is going to look exactly the same, except this isn't a personal account. This runs through the Google Apps accounts, and it gives you a little bit more in terms of functionality. You can link up your Gmail account with hundreds of thousands of different apps, from financial reporting to all different functionality, things like databases and other things like that. But if you're using it just as a basic Gmail browser, which is fine, the one thing that you'll notice if you scroll down to the bottom of Gmail here, you'll notice the size. Most standard Gmail applications come with around 7 gigabytes of space. And you'll notice down here 25600 megabytes, that equates to 25 gigabytes of space. So being approved through the Google Grant Program gives you much more, almost 4 times more storage just with your email. And this is also shared among your documents too. So a lot of times corporate users who just use the regular Google Gmail application, or they use the Gmail, even the Google Apps application, they're only getting about 7 gigabytes of space, and often will run out and then have to spend extra money for storage. Google, through the nonprofit program, gives you 25 gigs of space, which is an amazing amount of space to host all your images, all your email, all your files, and that's shared across your channel. You also get access to the Google Apps management area, where you can add users, and you have an almost unlimited amount of users that you can add here. And you can see here right now we're administering this site for the Walk for Cure site, and there is Brian Adams, who's also listed as a user, and Karen, who's currently blogging. So you can add different users that have email at the walkforcure.org site. There are also other things that you can change in terms of domain settings, reporting. There are some advanced tools. If you're a website administrator, this is the interface that you would see that you don't normally get with a Gmail account. You can also check a dashboard, which will tell you the different types of visits and Google Analytics. One of the other things that you get, and this is one of the things that are more noticeable, is through YouTube. Obviously, we've integrated the Walk for Cure site pretty heavily with YouTube, and this is the Walk for Cure YouTube page. What you'll see here is a little bit different than a normal YouTube page. For example, I'll pull up just my personal YouTube page, if I can find this, just to show you the difference. You might see pictures of my family here, so what we have is a standard YouTube page, and there's no header up here. It just goes straight into the name of the YouTube page. You can subscribe, of course you can view videos, and then you see videos down here. And there really aren't any links back to your site or your channel. This is a standard YouTube page for a standard user. If I click back and we go back to Walk for Cure, what you'll notice right off the bat, I'll turn this music down so it's not playing over the video. What you'll notice right off the bat is a few separate things. For one, you have a header, and this is a customized header, and it matches the Walk for Cure website along with the button. These buttons are also clickable. You see, as I link over them, the little hand pops up, and that will actually allow us to click directly to the walkforcure.org website. So this is a feature through the YouTube partners, and when you're a nonprofit grant recipient, you have a partner YouTube account. And this is great for linking back and forth from the YouTube channel to the website. As part of the program, you also receive the ability to take donations directly on your YouTube channel. And you'll see here right up top, this goes through Google Checkout, so it's a secure site just like PayPal, and it takes Google accounts or any standard debit or credit card. And you can put in different amounts here so that people can make donations directly to the organization. So that's one of the great features of the Google Grant Program. Another feature that you'll notice, and this is one where the value really comes in, is through Google AdWords. Normally, you have an AdWords account and you have to spend money on putting your ads out there. And when you do a Google ad, it puts your ads in keywords in certain spots on the web. The Google Grant Program gives you $10,000 a month of advertising value. So you get to advertise basically for free up to a value of $10,000 per month. If you sustain that level for a certain period of time, Google may actually grant you up to $40,000 per month, but that's an extra application. So you could have a little over $100,000 worth of advertising per year to drive traffic back to your site, to your YouTube videos, to the walkforcure.org website, or any of the videos on that site. It's an amazing, amazing amount of money that Google is granting to nonprofits to do advertising. There are some nonprofits in its program which have donated millions of dollars worth of revenue from donations just from the advertising they have done through the Google AdWords nonprofit program. One of the other options through the nonprofit program is the ability to create advanced fusion tables and advanced mapping. You get a Google Grant account through Google Earth, and this ties in with different GIS mapping, and this is great for researchers and academics who want to trace certain things. Say, for instance, you wanted to put together a map of patients with scleroderma who are being treated in different areas of the country. You could create a custom map based on Google Maps, and you could share that with researchers across the country and across the world. You could also wrap in different types of public data sets that might be created by other doctors, researchers, or even public agencies out there, and you have the ability to do that through the Google Grant Program. So these are just a few of the things that you have using the Google Grant Program, and there are several more options. Some of them are a little harder to use than others. These are the main options. I'll review them just real quickly again. You get extra storage in your Gmail application for all your users. You get an updated dashboard, you get the partner program for the YouTube pages, and you get $10,000 a month worth of Google AdWords usage, which is an amazing amount of money for nonprofits to target ads for their websites. This has been Craig from OrgSpring. Enjoy your Google Grant Program.